DD214 Gaming Podcast is for mature audiences only. Any videos, music, or entertainment not originating from DD214 Gaming is used and covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, also known as fair use. Opinions expressed are our own and do not represent any DoD or U.S. government entities as a whole. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. You are no longer alone now, because we have you.
Fucking there we go. Well, pilgrims, it's been another 168, so sit on down, load up your corncob pipe, crack a beer. Let's chew on some fucking trail dust together for a couple minutes. How about it? All right.
I have a quick question. When? Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, thank you. I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Were you not a guest last season, or was that this season that you came in?
Me? It
Yeah.
was this season. I was
okay, that makes sense.
I think I was the second guest because Yumi and Lore was the first episode of season 4, and then I was the second episode.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense. That
is
makes
correct.
sense.
That's why I'm not in the that's why there's no clips of me in the trailer.
I was just looking at it. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today?
Morning, Mrs. Mando. Good morning.
Yep. Good morning, Miss Wrecker.
My mom is here. Hey, Mom. Jason Gassis. Jay Campbell's in the comments, too. How you guys
morning,
doing
Ma.
today? And welcome to episode 81. Classic symptoms, broken spirits. I don't know why I got dramatic like that. It's like we're doing like some type of episodic thing.
What spurred that? I gotta ask. What was the inspiration behind that?
An album came out this week by a band called The Architects. Well, not just Architects.
Architects? Okay.
Yeah, they are a heavy metal band from the UK. They went from like a really wild, like heavy sound to getting into more this melodramatic, cinematic sound that they've been going through right now. And their new album came out, Classic Symptoms of a Broken Spirit. It came out this week. It's much different than the last couple albums they came out with. And I mean, shit, we're starting to show off with the review already. Fuck. And
Why not?
so you know when you listen to an album, sometimes you listen to the whole album. Sometimes it's a whole playthrough album. Sometimes it isn't. It's not a whole playthrough album, but if you could skip one or two of the songs are tolerable, but it's a great album.
Okay.
It's a go. So we're gonna give it a 7 out of 10, Architects. So cool.
Damn. 7 inches, huh? All right.
7 inch. I mean, it was a really good album. The songs that really did its job, really squirted the bone, bro.
I like that.
Yeah, man. You guys doing all right this week?
Hey, we're hanging in, man. We're still alive, right?
Exactly.
Look at that. You got a big ass cup.
Oh, you like that shit? Oh yeah, I got this for fucking re-enlisting. It says,
Oh, look at that.
It says "Stay Warhorse." Okay, for those of you out there, for the uninitiated out there, I was in second brigade, formerly 4th Brigade. When I was in, it was an IBCT in at Fort Carson, so out of 4th Infantry Division. So very, very, very storied brigade. I believe it is one of the most, if not the most, decorated brigades during GWAT. Actually, believe it or not, we had three living Medal of Honor recipients come out of that brigade during GWAT, amongst a lot of other heroics. And yeah, holy shit. So yeah, I get to say that I was in that fucking brigade. So for all times, right?
Yeah.
So stay Warhorse out there. Warhorse. Yeah. Yeah.
So we got both Starks in here. We got Dylan Mason, which, hey, thank you last night for streaming onto the page last night. That was pretty cool and well
Is
appreciated.
the record's in here?
Yep.
Wrecker is in here.
Okay, yeah, welcome. Welcome, good
What-
sir. Good.
And what,
Good,
and what,
good.
what about you?
What about me? What? Oh, my
No,
like
no, you-
what? John, are you
I'm-
tongue
I'm
tied again?
I am tongue tied. Keep going.
No, I was just gonna say, I love when somebody has to like completely change their handle. It can be almost like just an entire like vibe check, right? And I'm very familiar with this, like as far as like, you know, me and the internet go way back, right? Like I'm gonna be fucking 42 in a few months, right? So me and the internet go way back. Sometimes changing your handle can really alter a lot of things. I could not have picked a better fucking handle change than fucking Norse Wrecker from what he was the artist formerly known as, right? And yeah, and I like the fact that it maintains the theme he was already on, whilst also giving him a short nickname / moniker, i.e. Wrecker. You know, that's a badass little fucking. It's like, remember how like the Undertaker, it became like just Taker after a while.
Yep.
Fucking
Yep.
WWE, right? Like that's our Norse Mandalorian right there. That's fucking Norse Wrecker, right? That's my boy. Fucking yeah. That's the fucking Eskimo. That's the fucking
Yeah.
Eskimo fucking in the fucking midst of the storm right there, saving your ass. You know,
Yeah, and I mean, I could
only.
only imagine, because from what I understand, the word wrecker means like champion.
Yeah, 'cause
So-
you fucking wreck shit. Of course it fucking does.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
What about you, Squillini? What you got going on?
Not a whole lot this week. I mean, it was more just work, more work. You know, with promotion at work and everything, I'm swamped.
Is that a
Are the
good thing
days
or
going by fast?
It's a good thing. The days are going by pretty quick. However, more hours right now. Got a lot of stuff going on the back end at work with server migrations and changes of systems and a bunch of other bullshit. It got to the point where on Friday, me and all the other leaderships for all the other members of leadership for our team, our manager looks at me and one of the other team leads and is like, "Have y'all taken your lunch yet?" And we're like, "No." And we've been playing World of Tanks together. Me, one of the other leads, and our manager. So he's like, "Okay, we're going to take 30 minutes in the middle of the workday just to play some World of Tanks." So it's been hectic, but it's a good ride. So
keeping the morale up, basically.
exactly.
I
And
like
that's what I love about
like
it.
that.
That's what I like about the management changes that have happened at work, because we went from more of a dictatorship to now it's more of a democracy in a sense amongst the leadership, and there's more leadership and things are spread out easier and more fluid across the board with everybody. Our new manager, he's an ex Teams guy.
Okay. Fuck yeah.
So
You
he's
have plenty of talent. You have plenty of talent on the team, right?
yeah,
Like,
he came in and he changed things up to more of a militaristic leadership style.
style of leadership. Yeah. Like, yeah, absolutely. It's really funny, the difference between, you know, we've seen that, the meme, you know, for decades now, the difference between a boss and a leader, right? But it is so the fucking truth. Like, one person really can turn an entire like workforce around. You know, when certain ideals and characteristics, morals and ethics are followed. It's it is statistically proven that a happy workplace is a more productive workplace, even in the midst of trials and tribulations during the work day, right? So
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like the team morale's gone up, productivity's gone up. The way our clients look at us has completely changed because now they now have faces to look at. And it's not just the same two people. Now there's more of us in leadership, primarily all of us being ex-military, because we already have that leadership, the proper leadership background.
Yeah, well,
as I like to call it.
It's already been embedded into you. Like you're already ready for a good leader, because we already know what the fuck because we also already know what the fuck a bad leader looks like too. You know,
Exactly.
like very few people exit their military service, regardless of branch, without ever having had at least one bad leader. And I would love to fucking interview the person that can honestly look me straight in the eye and say they never had a bad leader on any level ever. It's
I had some
unfortunate.
shit NCOs and officers in my days.
And vice versa. We also had probably some of the best, and we stood shoulder to shoulder with some fucking giants too. So the coin, you know, it flips equally both ways. But boy, when you've had some dog shit leadership, oh boy, does life fucking suck, right? Does life fucking suck?
Well,
right?
see, and that's the big thing at work for us right now is one of the leads. He's been the team lead for over a year now, but now he's got 3 more of us that have been put into lead spots. So he's a boss. He's not a leader in any way, shape, or form. And it's been expressed even to our manager many a times, our new manager. And now he's having a hard time relinquishing some of that power he had
Right.
to us other leads. And he's still trying to boss us around, even though it's been made clear we're all equals now.
Yeah, boy, they hate it when do they fucking hate it when you catch up to them in rank. Boy, do they fucking hate that shit.
My Norse record says my entire leadership in Alaska was garbage. The only good one we had was our captain when he got switched out halfway through our deployment. It happens. It happens.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And I don't want to go down that spiral today, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Some of the NCOs and officers that I was not quite as fond of over my time. Although
an after dark.
I gotta say, so like on the bright
heavily
side,
edited after dark.
yeah, no shit, right? Yeah, no shit, right? On the bright side of things, though, like there was a leader who was actually like I still to this day consider one of my personal heroes. He celebrated a birthday this week, and the next day on Facebook, he was doing the kind of fairly typical, you know, thanking people for shouting him out for his birthday. And in the comments, I see this motherfucker's deployed again, right? Like amongst many other reasons, but one of the reasons this dude is like one of my personal heroes, dude, is like his fucking right sleeve, dude. You know, this is an army thing, but like on your right sleeve, you get a stripe for every 6 months. You do combat service, right? His right sleeve is so fucking stupid long, dude. Like, it's like it makes me laugh, and I hate laughing about it like that, but it's you can't help it. It's like, and he's deployed again, and I literally hit him in the comments, and I was like, tell fucking Mother Army to chill the fuck out on you, bro. Like you should be exempt at this point. Like this motherfucker's got like he's almost up to his fucking elbow in stripes, right? And he's enlisted. Okay, he's been in for a hot minute. He's a senior NCO now.
Like pretty soon you're gonna have to remove your combat patch to fit all the fucking stripes.
No shit.
You're no longer gonna fucking fit on your sleeve if you keep going.
Yeah, so I can't really name drop on here because we are kind of public, but I just wanted to again wish one of my personal heroes I hope you had a very happy birthday a couple days ago, homie. Freaking much love from fucking it's fucking bad. He's a bad motherfucker, dude. He's a bad motherfucker, dude. And I like it.
So yeah, so I had a very busy 168 this week. I'll kind of leave the best for last, but I'll go kind of run through it real quick. To kind of kick it off. Last week you said let's read a book, and
Did you read a book this week?
I continued with the Jedi Path.
Fuck yeah, bro. How is it so far?
Hey, I mean, this thing is technically a Bible and a meditation book.
Okay.
In the perspective, if you look in certain perspectives, and it just gives you, if you read through it, it gives you the history of the Jedi and how you build. I mean, the section that I was checking out was the section on how to build a lightsaber through kyber crystals. And
Nice.
that is a very important tradition in the Jedis, because that is pretty much what makes them. It's their rank. It's like you earn your lightsaber. This is your rank now. This is who you are.
I love that there is so much, what you might call what might have started as fan fiction, but it has become like canon and lore in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah,
especially like small ass little details about like somebody made up a story on how to like build a lightsaber, right? And then now it's like canon in the Star Wars universe, right? Like that's
there's actually two very awesome, and there's two things that I like to point out about this book that are very. So obviously we all know the Star Wars story, the story of the Great One, which is a typical complex that they have in all these movies and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in this, when you open up the Jedi Path, the story of the Great One is redacted completely.
Interesting.
It is, and it really
love that.
It really ties into the lore, like who was the chosen one. Who was it obviously was never Anakin, or was it? Because at the end of the day, when he died, he brought balance to the Force.
But see, I hate to say it because it's one of my least favorite characters in all of Star Wars lore.
Did you guys hear that? Joe's thong just went straight up his ass. Like, did you hear that? I heard it.
But if you ask me, the Great One was just a legend and a myth up until
it became reality.
The Rise of Skywalker.
Isn't that? Wait a minute. Hold on. I just watched like the fucking Lord of the Rings trilogy last week. I think I did a review on it or whatever. Like that's like the exact same. That's exactly how the fucking Lord of the Rings started. Like it was forgotten to time until it became like basically legend and myth. Until it fucking popped up again, and now it's a fucking big problem, right? Like, so, and now it's a big. Speaking of which, which race would you guys be if you're in the Lord of the Rings universe? Like, real quick, I'm just curious because like I was watching, I was like,
Elf.
What about you, Joe? Dwarf. I bet you guys can't fucking guess which one I would be.
I'm scared.
Hobbit, dude.
You'd be a hobbit?
Fuck yeah, I'd be a hobbit, dude. They had like the easiest fucking life ever. Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
They got the,
and of course, Wrecker comes in with the dwarf comment. Also, I'm fat.
They farm, they drink, and they smoke pot, and they like procreate. That's their whole fucking life. They just want to be left alone.
I just want the closest thing possible to Vulcan ears, and I'm cool with it.
I'm so sorry, Joe. I totally cut you off from
no. All good, but to circle back on my thought process, though, and here's where my thought process on who the chosen one is and why I'm saying it really didn't come to full play until the last of the Skywalker saga in the Rise of Skywalker, with it being Rey, because Rey having no formal training, like, I'm sorry, you can't say Luke properly trained her.
No.
There was no
Luke himself was not properly trained, even if it was fucking Yoda as his fucking master.
Well, yes, but at the same time, Luke had years between when Vader, the fall of Vader, and him going back to Anakin in a sense, to when Rey showed up to hone his skills as a Jedi. Rey lived on a junk planet, had no knowing she had any Force connectivity or powers, finds out she's connected to the Force, finds out not only is she connected to the Force, but she's the granddaughter of the biggest bad in all of Star Wars, and is technically a Palpatine, but channels the Force on the light side instead of the dark side to finally end all when it comes to that.
Even though she should have been Ray Solano, but that's neither here nor there, in my opinion. But but yeah, that I actually agree
I
with
just want to
that.
be a hobbit. I just want to
Yeah,
be a fucking hobbit.
Well, the other interesting thing about this book is that the first thing that happens the first thing you see when you open the book, there's a log of owners.
Okay.
Yoda was the first one, Thame, Dooku, Qui-Gon, Obi. The last one was Luke. And, throughout the book, you actually see writings. And they are identified through color and through signature, little notes that are left by the past Jedi.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What was what was Dooku's like? I'd be curious to see what some of his.
So the interesting thing about Dooku, and I've been studying him a lot more recently because Tales of the Jedi is about to come out.
Yep.
And he is a character in there. So Dooku, he was just he was a count. He was a count. He came from royalty, and his thing was more. He got kind of just dived into it because of just things that were around him. He wasn't he was never, really I would never count him really as someone who was formerly a Jedi because he really played around with,
He was. So the thing with Dooku is he went from growing up in a rich lifestyle to leaving that behind because he had Force sensitivity, going to the Jedi Temple, getting assigned to, being a youngling, going through that basic part of the training, then getting assigned to a Jedi Master as a Padawan, to
getting Qui-Gon.
Going back, Qui-Gon, to then becoming a Master himself. Qui-Gon was actually Dooku's Padawan at one point. Then Dooku leaves the Jedi, goes back to his home planet because whoever it was, I think it was his brother or something, passed away, who was the count over his home planet or area that he was at.
Right.
Goes back to that. Then Sidious or Palpatine comes into play. Or no, it was no, because he was Tyrannus. So yeah, Palpatine comes into play. Brings Dooku back to, or brings Dooku to the dark side of the Force as a Sith Lord.
And then on from there, like throughout the.
Then from there, we get Anakin cutting his head off.
Yeah. So that's.
Very
I mean, what are you going to do? Rich assholes are going to be rich assholes, right? Like, I mean, it's
exactly.
Money, money, absolute power corrupts absolutely, right? So what are you going to do?
And that's exactly like the whole backstory with Dooku or Darth Tyrannus, because he was just a rich asshole that ended up being a rich asshole.
There's a what you might call like a little tribe in Stephen King's Dark Tower series, and they're called the Big Coffin Hunters, and they're basically a group of failed gunslingers, basically. So they didn't pass their trial to become gunslingers, so they basically were exiled from Gilead in the Dark Tower universe, basically.
Oh, you're gonna hear me talk about Gilead in a few minutes, actually.
Interesting. Well, I'll tell you what, John. I'm gonna go drain my lizard real quick. I'm gonna refill my coffee. Why don't you guys bang it out for a couple of minutes real quick, and I'll be right.
Well, I still gotta talk about this anyway. So hey, what's going on? Jesus Islas, Sheriff Gomez from Down and Dirty RP, and make sure you guys come down October 29th and hang out with us because we're having a big, amazing race event. You could win a MLO, a Patreon car, a bunch of money and stuff like that. But yeah, so back to Jedi Path. Jedi Path is a win. I'm biased, so this is going to be a 10 out of 10. There is actually a series of these books. I have two more right here, which is the Book of Sith, which is treated more like a Bible, more than a training manual, which is completely different than what the Jedi Path is. And what this one I haven't even read yet, but I'm going into it once I finish Jedi Path, is the Bounty Hunter Code. There's another one in that series, and I think there's another one, the Imperial
Handbook and Rebel Files.
Yeah, I think there's a Rebel Files is the orange one, right?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, those are the next two. I mean, they're great books. They're fantastic. I really enjoyed them.
There's apparently a fifth one.
Oh, really?
The Smuggler's Guide.
Oh. Oh.
I pulled it. I pulled up Amazon to take a look.
Yeah, that's new. I had no idea about the Smuggler's Handbook. That's new to me. That's probably going to be they'll probably talk about the Kessel Run in that one, because the cool thing about these books is that they have these little lore things that happen that are part of the stories, and it's actually really interesting. Great series of books, man. I don't see an author here, to be honest with you. It kind of is just made by like Lucasfilm. It says Disney and Lucasfilm.
So I'm not sure if you've seen the Vault edition of the Jedi Path.
Not the Jedi Path. I saw the Vault edition of the Bounty Hunters Code.
So the Vault edition of the Jedi Path's pretty cool. And then there's also a Vault edition for the Sith.
Oh. Hey,
and really all it is just a nice fancy case with lights and
opens up and stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So my next review, since Jay's not here, I'll talk about this one. Love is Blind is back. You know, I love my reality trash TV shows, and Love is Blind is back. and I'm back at it, thinking about, well, why the hell, if people are so, if you are 35 years old and you can't find love on the outside, I don't understand what makes you think you're gonna find it on a on a blind date TV show where you get married 3 weeks later.
You know, that's the thing. Like, I always poke fun at those shows because, like, 90 Day Fiance. Like, I'm sorry.
Oh, Jesus.
How stupid do you have to be to get engaged and married to somebody within 90 days of meeting them?
Yeah.
Like, that's just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, it's crazy. And so Love is Blind is not too far away. Yeah, like, you know, like, it just, you know, hey, more power to them. You know, more power to them. I mean, you see there's a few success stories from the last season and like the other seasons where they do it in other countries. But for the most part, there's a major fail rate with these things. And it's just the whole social aspect of the whole situation is kind of what pulls me in, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You have people who are blind dating all of the same people, and they're having feelings for all the same people, and then that's where the drama comes in, and it builds that TV, you know, it brings some of those ratings up, and that's what makes the show.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, a couple months later down the lines, that person's on fucking Twitter being harassed because of God knows what, because they look like an idiot on the show. So, I mean, I have no rating for it. It's just another trash reality show. My next review is American Horror Story. American Horror Story is back, baby. And we're in 1981, New York, okay? And
hey, that's the year I was born, homie. Fucking
there you go.
Bro.
So if you guys aren't familiar with the timeline of what was going on in 1981, you know,
old ass still running circles around you, Joe.
Jesus Isla says, "Damn, I met my wife and asked her to marry me less than 2 months of they've been together for 14 years." Oh, really?
That's just luck of the draw, Jesus.
Dude, you found the right one. You know, like, I didn't marry my wife until 2012, and that was 4 years after. But I probably would have married her the day that she, yeah. Anyways,
what were you about to say, John? The day she let you smash, or what? Like
that first night,
was
it like a watermelon through a garden hose type of incident here?
Was it magical?
Oh God!
Good evening, Ben Davies.
Did she make your toes curl?
Ben Davies.
So, I mean, if my mom is still watching, I'm sorry, but you know, what
this
had
is why
happened
family
was,
and friends should not watch this podcast.
What
Viewer
happened
discretion
was
is
that,
advised.
So, you know, my wife and I, we've known each other a long time, and so that first night we hung out together. You know, she went low,
And
and
I'm sure he was hung.
And I remember, I pulled her up. I pulled her head up, and I said, "You just want to be my girl?" And yeah, that's how it happened. I think I asked her. I think the first time I proposed to her was like 2 days later in the shower. But
Jesus.
we're still together now.
Jesus, that's fucking badass, dude. That's like that sounds like 2 or 3 amazing days in a row. That is fucking yeah.
Damn, Jesus, that's a great story, man. See, hey, raw and unfiltered, baby. That's what we're all about. Okay, so yeah, American Horror Story is back,
Putting that comment right
1981
there.
New York. And if you guys know the timeline of what was going on, they're just learning about the AIDS pandemic. They don't even have a name for it. It's just starting. And
It's trivia time. Do you guys remember what the original name for the AIDS virus was? I grew up in the middle of that fucking pandemic, dude. Like, do you guys remember?
they
Anybody?
say the name on
GRID.
Grid?
Do you remember what GRID stands for?
No.
Gay-related immune deficiency
Okay.
or gay-related immune disorder. And like because they didn't at the time they didn't have enough. There weren't enough. I guess
Interesting.
It was at the very beginning of the outbreak. It was almost exclusively within the male homosexual community. It was very tragic, extremely fucking tragic. And it wasn't until they started getting there was a crossover at some point, and they started getting it was everybody, and then that's when it became acquired immune deficiency syndrome, right?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that's like you remember like Ryan White, he got it from a blood transfusion.
Yeah.
Like in the early 80s, like we take so much fucking shit for granted these days with technology and like science and how like modern medicine like is like leaping and bounding, above and beyond. The shit was fucking scary back then. Like in the early 80s, it was a fucking death sentence. If you got it, you died. That was it. Like,
Yeah.
might be soon, might be fucking later, but eventually, like, you fucking die. It was a goddamn death sentence. And like, and at the very, very beginning, they didn't even know. They were still trying to trace like where it started and how it started, and like, it was happening almost exclusively within the male homosexual community. It was a fucking devastating tragedy within that community. On top of that, there's a thing if you could look up. It's called Kaposi's sarcoma, and like that's when they started realizing and starting to put like 2 and 2 together on like. I'm sorry, I'm fucking like nerding out.
No, you're good because
it was a fucking scary. It was a very scary time, and I remember seeing like more fucking shit on the news about it when I was a kid, and like reading stuff in the papers and magazines. And watching documentaries about it. Some of the fucking champions of the cause, like Princess Diana, was one of the first celebrities to ever shake the hand of an AIDS patient. And by her doing that, it showed the fucking world like you don't transfer it just by fucking touch. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't. People were fucking scared because it was a fucking death sentence. If you got it, you died.
I did not know that about Princess Diana. That's actually very
fuck
interesting.
Yeah, bro.
And Jesus Islas, hey, pull that clip up, Squilini. He says, "Damn, Jay actually taught me something today. Let's go." So and it's that's very good information because in the show they're just calling it an amoeba. And and now we're talking about 1981 New York, and I just have to say they really got the look of 1981 New York, where people just falling all over the place in New York City during that time. Like the settings are great. Zachary Quinto is back, and he could not. I could not be more excited to have such a prolific actor back in the American Horror Story series. And there is tons of sex as always, but this time the villain is named Big Daddy, and he walks around in a big leather X outfit with a big mask, and he just walks around, killing people. But the thing that is very funny is that there was a scene where they're interrogating a young man who the man who made the hotline for during that time when that community was being targeted for many murders and things like that. If you remember the timeline. So there was a hotline that was made. They arrested the man in the hotline, and while he was sitting there getting interrogated, they were just like, yeah, we something about we do things in the confines of the law. And this big dude, maybe 320 pounds, 6'4", in underwear and a cowboy hat, comes in and slaps the shit out of the guy and walks away. So I don't know what happened there. And then there was a party scene where they're talking about daddy's sick milk and something like that. So yeah, 10 out of 10. American Horror Story is back. This is going to be the greatest season ever. I'm going to keep my next review, Handmaid's Tale, real quick. It's looking good. Gilead is going to fall. Keep an eye out on keep watching Handmaid's Tale. And the last review that I have, I'm sorry, is Spyscape, New York City. I went to this fucking place yesterday with my wife. I'm going to throw up a couple pictures for you guys real quick. And I mean, I'm just going to kind of like break down everything that happened. So you go in there, it's a museum. And in the museum, it has a bunch of stuff that you could actually go in there and touch and mess around with and things like that. So this right here, these are, as soon as you walk, oh, whoops. As soon as you walk in, we got these cameras. Oh, what the hell is going on? There we go. All right. So we got these cameras here. So you go in, it's technically it's an interactive spy museum. You go in, you go in there. You go in there, the cameras are in there. This actually made me laugh because the one camera that was in there was a grinder camera. They had a grinder camera in the spy museum. So right here, and this was actually really cool because I geeked out because this was the car that was used in The Dark Knight for Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
They have a Batman exhibit in this museum. I was unable to. We didn't go to that one. We chose the Spy Date experience, which is actually really cool. It's a 2-person package.
Okay.
You get a free stylus, and there's a bookstore in there. There's a spy store in there, and very, very interesting stuff. But you walk in, they have the Murcielago there. Right next to it, the James Bond vehicle.
Dope.
But that's not even the good stuff. So we have old typewriters here that were used from World War II. This thing you could actually use in the museum. It was out there for you to actually type on.
Is that the Enigma machine?
Yes, it is.
Haha. Haha. Fuck yeah. I recognize that by fucking sight, dude. Like, I know exactly what that is.
So they actually allow you to sit there for as long as you want. And actually, you get these cool little wristbands too. And the wristbands are your key throughout the whole museum. You actually use this to lock and open your locker as well. And if you were done, you could actually go for another round and go again if you wanted to.
Holy
really
shit.
Cool stuff.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It was good. $69 for 2 people, but you got to use the Enigma machine, and you could see on the wall like what you're typing, the code and stuff. You had to like switch the wires. Very intricate stuff. This here.
Yeah,
Jay. If you know, Jay, talk. What is this?
That's how they fucking broke the. That's how they broke the Enigma machine. And what that is one of the most primitive forms of a computation device, i.e., a computer, in human history. Right there. It's not the first, okay, but that like for the modern era of computing, that is one of the first, okay. And there was a gentleman who had this idea of this, and what's the dude you said you touched his suit?
Alan Turing.
Alan Turing, is that?
That's the agent.
Is that Benedict Cumberbatch? Let me look up.
You could actually.
He was in a movie. He was in a movie about
the Imitation Game.
The guy that cracked that.
Yep, the Imitation Game.
Yeah, that thing. That thing. So this like does like.
Yeah, so
that like a higher level of like math computing. Machines we ever made to do it.
So the replicas that were in here were used for the movie. These were the actual movie props they used for the movie. Some of these items here. The next one here. This was so in this table here. That's my wife right there. My wife is the star. You have a table here where you have to do a mission where you have to you rub your wristband. You rub your wristband onto the table. It says "Hello, Jonathan," and it tells you a mission, and you have to answer these questions to make sure that your agent doesn't get caught. My agent got caught. I wasn't fast enough. We have a lie detector machine.
Pseudoscience. Fun fact: lie detector tests are not admissible in court for a reason. Just letting you guys know that, because it's still considered pseudoscience.
A more updated one. Yep, we have another updated one right here, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I forgot what this was, but this whole section here was talking about Mr. Robert Hansen. And if Jay, who was Robert Hansen?
That was the guy that Benedict Cumberbatch played, right?
No, this was actually from a whole different movie.
God damn
Robert Hansen was the special agent who worked for the KGB and the FBI.
Oh, was he one of the KGB plants?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, from what I understand, I didn't know much about this. This actually was the props from the movie called Breakdown,
Okay.
which you could, and they were actually, if you go around the museum, you can actually touch the suits, the actual suits that were worn in the movies.
Badass.
Really, and then this was the whole area for Mr. Hansen here, the KGB and FBI exhibit, which was so wild. Crazy Ace TV, what's going on?
Okay, yeah, welcome, brother. Good to see you again. Hell yeah.
So right here, this was you had to determine here if a suspect was lying about being a spy, which I got that right. I found out the bitch was lying.
What a bitch.
So this is actually a panoramic shot. I wonder if I could all right, here we go. This is the surveillance room.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And it actually had surveillance from outside, actual cameras and there were actors in these surveillance cameras sitting in there live, and you could just look in there and be like, oh, look at that. Like you had the headphone on and you had to determine where your thing was. That's another photo of it. It was that was probably one of the coolest stations in the museum itself. The anonymous room.
Oh, there you go.
It went through the history of Anonymous. And these masks were actually owned by actual Anonymous members that were donated to the museum. You can see that some of them have names on it. My favorite one, where is it?
Hey,
November.
dude, that one's Harris. Go back to that one. Hold on. Yeah, that's fucking badass. That's cool. I like that.
What else? And this was probably the worst thing about the whole museum was the laser room. I thought we were gonna do some entrapment Sean Connery shit in there. No, you're just pressing buttons and make sure you don't touch the fucking laser. Still fun, but whatever.
Okay.
This is a telescope, the world's smallest telescope.
I like that.
And you can see my wife's boob there. A World War II folding bike.
Nice.
I thought this was probably one of the coolest items in there. And these are actual documents during the Cold War that were given out for 6 survival secrets for atomic attacks.
Yeah, dude.
I
remember doing a nuclear bomb drill or two, freaking when I was in elementary school.
Yep. Another White House statement about the the Cuban Missile Crisis, and then we're back to the cameras. I just want to say too, the staff were very positively holier than thou.
What do you mean?
They were very welcoming. They pretty much said, "Hey, if you want to go again, you could go again without extra charge." The safety there was pretty good. You know, the locker rooms are right next to the main entrance. Security for a spy museum was top
really
notch.
They were really good.
So I'm going to give the service a 10 out of 10. The museum a 9 out of 10.
Okay. Fucking
a 9 out of 10. Now, I mean, holy shit, we're 45 minutes in. Let's get into your shit now.
My shit. Oh God. Like how big of a pile do you want? It's like now I don't know. Did a couple things this week, and then I watched. I started playing. I've been trying to get back into having more of a hobbies, right? So I got back into reading. I'm trying to get back into playing more video games. Like not all the time, just when I have some downtime, just to get the fuck out of my head for a little bit. Play a video game, right? So this week I started replaying the 2016 version of Doom, and that game is still just so fucking badass, and I'm looking forward to playing the sequel once I finish kicking the shit out of this one. For all of you out there, if you're curious about my gameplay and my habits during gameplay, I play Doom on like the easiest fucking level, right? The easiest fucking setting, and I just fucking slaughter everything. Okay, that's how I do. Okay, and I love it, and it's like it's basically like an emotional punching bag, and I can just like and I love the concept of the game is so fucking cool because you're basically like the only thing that like demons fear, right? And the whole point of the game is just to slaughter the fuck out of like every demon you see, right? And no matter what they send at you, like you're not afraid of them, like they're afraid of you. And you even like invade hell itself. Like you invade hell itself and go fuck shit up in hell, which is fucking even cooler, right? It's just like the in the metaphorical sense, like just so much fucking fun to play, you know. And when shit's getting really fucking raw, dude, you pull out a chainsaw, dude, and you just light these motherfuckers up, dude. And it's so fucking fun, dude. And like, I'm just having a great time, like replaying Doom. There's a lot of portions of the game that I don't necessarily remember from like my first time or two playing through it. So just been having a lot of fun with that. And then I read a book this week. Since I know a lot of you guys are like just window lickers and knuckle draggers out there, I always want to encourage you guys to like educate yourselves and better yourselves, like not only physically and spiritually, but like mentally too. Sharpen your minds. Okay, so like read a fucking book once in a while. You guys are functionally illiterate. Okay, and like it really sucks. It really sucks these days. I said it last week. I try so hard not to judge people. You know, when they type something to me or text or send a fucking email or whatever, it's really hard not to judge people sometimes when it's like basic spelling errors, punctuation. It's like, bro, like read a book. It's that easy. If you read a book, you'll see how to like send an email. It's not that hard. You know what I mean? So anyways, this week I read a book called Blood Meridian by an author by the name of Cormac McCarthy. This book is much like Doom, extremely fucking violent. Also, it's kind of a semi-historical fiction. It's not quite historical fiction, but it's close because some of the elements in this book are actually like from real Western history, Old West history, and parts of the story kind of revolve around that. But it's not quite all the way historical fiction, if that makes sense. What is historical, and this book is widely considered one of the greatest Westerns ever written at this point, and it's in the running for like the great American novel basically. I sat down and read it, and I read it all the way through, kind of reminded myself of like I've read it before, but a long time ago. And the book is very violent, extremely violent. It's very historically accurate as far as like how desolate the Wild West was. And John, do you remember when I did the review on 1883? You know, the Yellowstone side project. Very much similar to that. Like if you're looking, very much similar to that. Like the frontier, the wide open spaces, the constant threat from indigenous tribes in the surrounding areas. Okay, it was fucking brutal. And then on top of that, they weave this story. There's this particular character in there called the Judge, who may or may not be the embodiment of like the devil. Okay, and that throws a whole nother fucking thing into the mix basically. And it's a wonderful fucking story. It does get very graphic at times, but for those of us in the veteran community, probably not going to bother you too much. Okay, so I give fucking Blood Meridian an absolute fucking 10 out of 10. The book is fucking amazing. Okay, written by an amazing author. He also wrote The Road. If you guys are familiar with The Road, okay, which was made into a movie by starring Viggo Mortensen. Very depressing book that was, but
very depressing movie, but a fantastic movie at that.
Oh yeah, so yeah, that's Cormac McCarthy. So like he has a laundry list of fucking great literature out there. I think this is like
does he do a lot of like post-apocalyptic and violent stories?
I'll tell you what. Let me. I already have them kind of pulled up here. So let me see here. Let me give you a little bit of a.
Yeah, because I'm a.
He did all the pretty horses. Okay, no country for old men. Okay, The Road.
Interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
That's this guy. That's fucking this guy. Same fucking dude for all that shit.
Interesting.
Okay, so yeah, that's put a little bit of a a stimulus package, like up into your brain pieces, guys, and educate yourselves and let's get literate together so we can help our children freaking like fix this fucking wounded earth. Okay, so let's get smart together. How about that? So
Cool.
that was my review for Blood Meridian this week. So next week I'll have another one, guys. I'm just gonna keep doing it every week until you guys start catching up.
Shit. So are we going into the?
I think we might have to.
Oh,
I think we might have to.
All right. Well, you know what that means. Camera's off. It's just him.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Oh shit. It's been a while.
It has been a while. It's been a long while. Well, Pilgrims, it's been another 168. Let's chew on some trail dust together. Saddle up them horses. We'll take a short ride down into that valley over yonder. Won't take us too long. And we'll part ways when we get done. All right. So yeah, so this week, I'm gonna do. I just want to remind everybody. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. So don't take everything too literally that you see on this show. Okay. This week I thought it would be a little bit different to inject some humor into the RoadHouse, like I usually do. But it's going to be a little bit of the darker variety. Okay. So don't go too crazy on me. Okay. But this week's RoadHouse is going to be brought to you by the ICU. Okay. At your local hospital. Okay. So we're going to be talking about survival tips when you got to fucking like spend nights and days at the hospital. Okay. So I don't know if anybody else out there, I'm sure many of you have, if you've ever had to spend, I don't know, say longer than like, I don't know, 2.5 weeks in a fucking hospital, you know, like shit starts to suck. Okay. So this week, your friendly neighborhood Jay has got some survival tips. Okay. First things first. Okay. Initially, upon entry, okay, you're going to notice that like, you're going to forget shit. Okay. You're going to forget stuff like, I don't know, eating, you know, drinking water, you know, stuff like that. Okay. So after the first couple of days, what you got to do is you're going to have to start force feeding yourself. Okay. Here's Jay's recommendation. All right. My recommendation is you go to your local gas station. Okay. You pick up some meat snacks. Okay. Some type of jerky, them long fucking old Wisconsin sticks. Okay. Whatever your pleasure. Okay. Okay. Just mash a couple of those down. Okay. And you're going to wash it down with some type of like trail mix or whatever particular flavor of nut you like. Okay. Put all them nuts in your mouth. All right. Because what you're getting here is fucking protein. Okay. You're getting proteins and carbs. All right. Okay. You got to make sure you drink water and stay hydrated. Okay. Around like day 5 to day 7. Okay. This is where you got to start reminding yourself to like stay a little bit in shape. Okay. You probably got not like way out of like habit with your exercise regimen. Okay. So when you're pacing, okay, around bedside, okay, make sure you get your steps in and say about every hour or so, get down and do some push-ups. Okay. So you're going to do some push-ups about like once on the hour, every hour. Okay. You set your own limits. Don't do more than your body can handle. All right. Once you're at like week 1, you know, week and a half, encroaching on like the 2-week area. Okay. It's going to start getting hard to sleep. Okay. Cause like every little thing wakes you up. You haven't gotten any sleep for the last couple of weeks anyways, you know? So you might need some fucking night juice. Okay. All right. This is where it gets a little tricky. Okay. You can take a 20 ounce, garden variety, soda. Okay. You drink it down to about where the label is. Okay. The top of the label, not the bottom of the label, the top. Okay. You can replace what you drink down to the label with about 2 regular shooters of your, favorite particular brand of maybe some type of like hard alcohol. Okay. So if you need to get like that hour and a half, 2 hour freaking like power nap, okay, you know, before like the nurses come in and fucking wake you up again, okay, that's some night juice. Okay. Okay. I don't necessarily condone drinking in hospitals. Okay. But if you're there, say like longer than like, I don't know, 14 fucking hours a day anyways, you know, it might help once in a while, you know, and we're all adults here. So, you know, it is what it is. Okay. By the way, I love the fucking night shift, dude. Day shift, we're fucking amazing. Okay. love day shift, but night shift are my people, dude. Okay, all you night shift graveyard warriors out there in fucking like nurse land, fucking you have my fucking respect. Okay, all right, they like to party, they get down, dude. And as long as you freaking like mind your P's and Q's, dude, like they're kind of hands off, dude. Day shift are kind of like virgins. You know what I mean? Like sticking a little bit too close to the rules. You know what I mean? Like a little bit too try hard over here. Still fucking angels. Still fucking amazing. Okay.
Sorry.
Still fucking amazing. Okay. All of you out there, I do want to say too.
What?
Anybody in the nursing, medical professions, my hat is off to fucking you. You people all do a tremendous job and occupy a profession that I could never do in my entire life. Okay, I don't have the emotional like wherewithal to withstand the kind of shit you guys see on a fucking sometimes daily fucking basis. Okay, I don't have the emotional wherewithal to do the kind of shifts that you guys do. Okay, people say very similar things about us in the military community, and I can see where it comes from. And my hat is off to the heroes out there in the medical community making fucking miracles happen like every goddamn day. And if you ever spend like fucking 3 weeks in a hospital, you'll see them fucking doing it. Okay. And like they're fucking some bad motherfuckers in there. Love you guys all, dude. Thank you very, very much. Every last one of you guys. You're all fucking like real life angels, fucking making real life fucking miracles happen. Using fucking modern science and technology fucking witchery that my dumb grunt brain would never fucking understand. So hats off to all of you in the fucking ICU. Fucking that was Jay's RoadHouse for the week. Thank you guys.
That was quick. I wasn't prepared to come back. Sorry, if it's a little foggy over here. I just Johnny Carson.
What were you doing?
Kind of just Johnny Carson this shit a little bit.
You remember David Letterman back in the day? He'd like fucking like lean the fuck over, and then when he'd come up, he'd like accidentally like puff out like a little thing of cigar smoke. You know, because like not supposed to be smoking on air. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Oh man, what a time to be alive. So we got some news.
Okay.
First news. DD214 Gaming is having a weight loss challenge.
Okay. Tell me about it.
So we don't have full details. We're still working out the final kinks, the very final kinks, from what I understand. This is being handled by more of the rest of the team than it is me, and I couldn't be more grateful for that. It was spurred from good old Dylan Mason, Midnight Moss, Midnight Mace, Midnight Mass. Whatever you want to call him, dickhead, Richard Cranium, whatever you want to call him. He our
local monkey running around smoking a cigar.
Yeah, and he motivated a bunch of the guys to get into this challenge. And well, let me just tell you, Jason Gass, who is it? Jason Gassis, you, Norse Wrecker, Dylan.
I enjoy being a fat body. I have not signed up for said challenge yet. I'm still debating it because personal things.
Absolutely.
I gotta say, like, it's kind of funny that this kind of happened, like, and I was kind of like unawares of it, right? Because I'm actually going. God damn it! Like, I want to be a fat body. I literally want to be a fat body. I literally just want to like chill the fuck out, But apparently, this universe just does not have it in for me to fucking chill the fuck out, right? So like. Basically, like after the Chiefs game today, like I got to go on a freaking little bit of a beer diet, and I'm gonna be getting back into my exercise regimen, like pretty hardcore, starting tomorrow. And I remember this is a long time ago. I was training to go to an army school, and I trained basically for like 7 months straight, and I started out very, very slowly. You know what I mean? Taking it kind of easy on my body, so I didn't rush too hard into it, But by the end of those 7 months, dude, like I was a fucking machine, and like it really didn't take long. Like you start with like one kind of like semi-light, maybe like barely moderate workout a day, 5 or 6 days a week, somewhere around week 2, week 3, you start pumping it up with a little bit of cardio, adding a little bit more to the end of the workouts, By weeks like 4 or 5, you're fucking starting to get into like light 2-a-days. You know what I mean? Like you're starting to get into 2-a-days and like, you know, by like I'm saying, by week fucking 4, or excuse me, by month 4 or 5, you know, you're doing like a heavy ass workout in the morning and a fucking moderate to heavy fucking workout at night, you know, 5-6 times a week, you know, which by that time you can have a fucking cheat day by then, right? You've earned it at that point. You'll see it and you'll know it's okay to fucking drink a couple beers, you know, on Sunday watching football, or it's okay to have like a glass of beer, literally a glass, guys. Let's not get fucking crazy here. It's okay to have a glass of beer with a dinner, maybe once or twice a week, right?
Yeah.
But that's like, I got to do the exact same shit. I got like literally like it's happening. Like I'm gonna watch my Chiefs fucking beat up on the fucking 49ers here in a little bit, and that's probably gonna be it for me for a while. Like I gotta get back into fucking army shape because this goddamn universe can't stop kicking my dick inside out. So
well,
you know what I mean?
hey, if you do want to sign up for this, the link is in our description, and the link will also be posted in the group. Deshaun Myers, he's also a part of this too. He made the form and everything like that. Now there is going to be a prize pool. There is a prize for this. We are working out the kinks on how the prize is going to work, how much the prize is going to be. There will be a cash prize for this.
I will also throw out there too, like as an administrator, I will not be part of that prize pool at all. So I will take up the challenge with you guys probably, but as an administrator and a member of, kind of a not a saying like I will not take part in any of that. Just so you guys know, there's no content gaming and what we're doing. So go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
And you know that's the thing. That's a great point. Right now though, currently everybody that is signed up or is participating is part of
an admin
administration for DD214 gaming. Now,
except the Deshaun Myers, which what's good. I mean, we've been talking about it. I'm just saying, but yeah.
Which I mean, of course, there is a chance as we promote this. We've got actually a little less than a week before everything's due. Signups are due and all that stuff for it, because I'm actually looking at it in the Discord right now. And if we get more people that sign up that aren't admins, that is a fair point there, Jay.
Well, and as far as if we're talking about, I'm specifically talking about myself, and only because I've been with the community for so long. It's one of those like I would prefer to pull myself out of that particular part of it. Only not so much with you other fine gentlemen, okay, and ladies.
Yep.
It's not you guys. It's me, right? It's like I'm gonna let you down softly, right?
Well,
like
and that's,
can we just be friends? You know what I mean?
That's the thing. Like, there's two different things that have been talked about: doing a paid for version where there's the prize pool, and then doing a, hey, I want to participate, but I don't really care about winning money by losing the most weight over the course of this challenge.
Sure.
I just want to participate because it's giving me the motivation to lose the weight.
There you go. And I can assure you, I will probably not be the one to lose the most weight. I'm actually going the God damn.
I can't participate because if I participate, I'll wither away.
I'm like 5 pounds away from my fucking goal weight, dude. And like I'm realizing now I gotta add 10. And like that is so fucking frustrating. It is so fucking frustrating because I was 5 pounds away from my goal weight, and I have to go up now. I have to go up again.
I feel that's where discussions like starting November 1st. I mean, honestly, we're going into the holiday season,
right? Which is traditionally not the best.
That is the worst time to try to lose weight or put on muscle mass.
I didn't even think about that.
Adding muscle mass.
And if you start now, by the time you hit Thanksgiving and some of the Christmas parties and Christmas, you might be allowed a fucking cheat day or two if you start now. You know?
Yeah.
It's basically the beginning of November. That gives you about a month and a half to fucking put your dick in the dirt and fucking do something for yourself, to where when Thanksgiving rolls around, give yourself fucking Thanksgiving. Enjoy that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that's a motivator right there. You know what I mean?
I mean, and that's the big thing is, we're going into the holiday season, which for a lot of people, it's really hard because, for most people that are our age that have significant others. We don't just have, one Thanksgiving dinner to go to, or
Like 5 times.
one Christmas to go to, or anything like that. We have multiples because we've got our significant others family, we've got our family, we've got,
Depending
friends
how old
that
you are, your
always want to
kids'
get together and
families.
do stuff. However, yes, Dylan, just like you just said there, if you can discipline yourself through these holidays, there won't be anything stopping you.
That's
when
right.
there ain't a holiday, which is what Jay was pretty much saying is, we get to Thanksgiving. If you start now, you can afford to take Thanksgiving and splurge and eat all the damn pumpkin pie or whatever the fuck you want, because you've already, the mac and cheese is always the go-to for me too. I make a killer homemade one.
I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was last year, John, because I think we did our podcast from, well, anyways, we had Thanksgiving in Iowa. Okay. And I think it was, I don't remember if it was the morning of Thanksgiving or the morning after or the morning before, but I went for a run out in the countryside basically. And it was the first run I had in, I don't know how goddamn long at the time. You know what I mean? And it was beautiful. It was amazing. And it was just like, because I was there and because I could, you know what I mean? And that was like,
and even that will help with the process too. If you're actively working out and things like that, that obviously will help with the process with everything. I would love to see so many people on this. I mean, there's a couple more talks that need to finish up, but for the most part, there is a registration form. The registration form will be put up. A big shout out to the team for sprucing this idea up. You
guys are doing fucking amazing. Keep it the fuck up. Like, oh my god, like we cannot. You guys that have started like not just stepping up, but like stepping the fuck up, like hard. And it's plain to see. Thank you guys so much for fucking supporting us. Like, thank you for supporting yourselves. Okay, like that's the whole fucking idea. That's exactly why we kind of stayed fairly decentralized here at DD214 Gaming. Like, it's not about fucking us, it's about the community. Like, that is exactly what the fuck it's supposed to be. Thank you guys so much, seriously.
In other news, I thought this was going to take long, but it's actually not. Fallout, my favorite video game series of all time. Me, and Laura, I'm waiting for you to give me that call so that I could break down that
nerd the fuck out on Fallout.
Yeah, so I could talk about this because there is so much about Fallout that is so special. Okay, I'm going to break down
nothing is ever going to be as special as you, John. I love you so much. I love you, John.
I love you, man. I love you, man. And so we're going to break down a really quick timeline real quick. Thank you. I have finally and comfortably calmed down. Thank you. That's a good one.
I think that guy in the back is on fucking peyote, dude. Like, Jesus.
So so last year,
do you see the size of that chicken? Sorry, John.
Last year I could not comfortably say that I played every single Fallout game.
Okay.
Right. This year I say I could. I have played every single Fallout game, whether I've played a couple minutes of it, a couple percentage to get a feel for it. I have literally played every single Fallout game that there is out there today. And to be honest with you, I own every single one of them now too. They're all in my library. Not just because they're on Game Pass, but because Bethesda gave them to me for free, and so did Amazon. So thank you. What were you gonna say, Squillini?
So I was actually going to mention while we're talking about Fallout, that right now Fallout 3 is free in the Epic Games Store. So if you don't have Game Pass and you play on PC, which if you don't have Game Pass and you play on PC, we need to have a serious conversation about that.
Yeah.
You can at least get Fallout 3 for free right now during the 25th anniversary.
Is it on? Yeah. Is it on Game Pass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one's the best one?
Any of them except 76.
Yeah, 76 is a multiplayer game, which, you know what, we'll just break it down real quick, because in 1997 the first Fallout game came out, and it was an over-the-top, you know what, we're just gonna
I love watching you nerd out, John. I fucking love this shit, dude.
So the first one came out by Interplay Entertainment. in 1997. It started it all, and I'm going to read it to you like a script. It's a half a century later during 2161 in the waste of Southern California. This is where the Brotherhood of Steel started. The original Fallout centers around one lone vault dweller tasked with finding a functioning water chip for their vault before it runs out of life-sustaining water, which is a big theme that is in the Fallout lore. They're running out of water. It's irradiated. Nuclear war, baby. The next one, 1998, Fallout 2. We're still in the over the top. Now, what's very interesting about this is that they skipped a few. They skipped Tactics. There's another one called Fallout Tactics, which follows the same storyline. We're going through the Gek, and the Gek is called the Garden of Eden Control something. Excuse me, I don't even remember that one. The Gek. The game that did it for me, Fallout 3. This is the first and only game I've ever 100%ed on.
Holy shit!
Takes place in 2277. Lone Wanderer comes out of the wasteland of the Vault 101, and his task going through Washington D.C. is to save the water supply. Liam Neeson is the father in the game, which brings a nice, beautiful touch. And Mr. Hellboy
does he make fucking casual threats like that he will find you?
No, because you're
particular set of skills.
It's funny because you're the one looking for him in this game.
Oh, okay. Do you want to know what movie was like my introduction to Liam Neeson when I was a kid? There's a movie called Rob Roy. About an Irish dude. You have to check it out sometime.
My God.
I'm old as shit. I'm old as shit, bro.
Now, people say that Fallout 3 is, to me, Fallout 3 is the best Fallout game, but people say Fallout New Vegas is the best one. There's a Midwestern take to the Fallout series. There's a casino and stuff like that. And this was fun because you had different robotics, different monsters. A lot of people say this is the best one. I disagree. I think it's the second best one. The next one in our series, Fallout 4, which was originally supposed to take place in New York City, but they decided to go to the shitty city of Boston.
Oh,
the most disgusting place in the world. Listen
to you and just
the
hatred and the filth spewing out of your mouth.
It's disgusting fucking town.
Oh my God. Coming from a guy from Jersey.
I hate the government. I hate the people. I hate their government. I hate their people. I hate their beer. I don't even like beer, but I hate their beer.
Are you sure it isn't just because you hate the fucking Red Sox?
I hate them even more. I hate them.
Are you sure?
I hate them even more.
God damn.
So now we're up to Fallout 4. Now a lot of people. Now to me, this game taught me how to mod games because this game allowed you to mod. And currently, my Fallout 4 game file is all my enemies are stormtroopers, and I carry around the lightsaber, and I wear a Jedi robe. I have modded my Fallout 4 to be a Star Wars simulator in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. But Fallout 4 was another
fucking gameplay footage.
Fallout
of that, John.
4. I got you. I'll get some. Now, Fallout 4 was really fun because you could do all these cool mods and stuff like that. But the story and stuff was fantastic because the first people you encounter are called the Minutemen. And it's let's go back into the history. We're playing in Boston, and we have the Minutemen. The Minutemen are back. And you join the Minutemen. You also join the Brotherhood of Steel. Yeah. And what's really cool about this
Boston.
Now, what's really cool about this game is that to kind of go into the plot, the game starts off the whole lore of the game is that if the United States embraced 1940s nuclear power, this is the world that we would be living in. And the beginning of the game starts off in a world where America has embraced nuclear power, flying cars, everything still looks like it's from the 50s. But it's futuristic. And
is it a flying car or is it a flying car?
It's a flying car.
This is for you, John, and your hate, John, and your hate of Boston.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck you. Fuck you too, Sam Adams.
Fuck yeah, Squillini. Fucking get him. Fucking get him.
He was like, I hate their beer too, so I had to go grab one out the fucking fridge.
So the one thing that really enticed me about this game is that you're looking for your son in the game, and you later find out that your son is like 50 years older than you because you are frozen, carbonated for 40 something years.
So
And
you're Liam
So you were
Neeson.
Han Solo and Carbonite for 50 something years, and yeah.
And then you turn it, and then you turn into Liam Neeson, fucking with a particular set of skills.
No. Liam Neeson is in a whole different game. This guy,
I know I'm fucking with you.
So in this game, it was really good. But spoiler alert: your son is the bad guy. So yeah. So the next games that they have out here: Fallout Pinball, which I love. I have it. Fallout Shelter, which is.
Dude, you're like a juggalo with ICP merchandise at this point, dude. Like, it's like
They will turn anything into a fucking pinball game, by the way. Just throwing this out there.
Guys,
I have, for reference, I have my own pinball game. Okay, it's called Jay's
Okay.
Dumpster Fire. Okay, like I have a pinball game.
look at that.
As he's got the fucking damn
Yeah. Oh,
Jones Cola soft drink that they made for fucking Fallout and shit up there on the shelf.
Yep, and this is one of 1,000 that were made for that special edition. That specific edition. And what's really cool about this is that you put this under a fucking light. Oh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like a fucking Nuka-Cola Quantum from Fallout.
holy shit! Holy fucking shit!
So the thing that John's failing to mention with that specifically is if you got the collector's edition that came with the bottle, it actually had a stand that the bottle sat in
Yep.
that shined the light through it. John, however, just has the bottle.
I don't have the special edition, but if you guys go yourself to the fucking Chinese spot over on Bleecker Street, you can get yourselves one of these for $20.
Fucking
Tiny shop on Bleak. Jesus Christ, John. What the fuck?
So much.
On
It
today's
is.
episode of How Fucked Up is Fucked Up.
This
That's
podcast is definitely for fucking entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
We pirate the fuck out of everything here, guys.
Listen, it's true. Go down to Bleecker Street. You're gonna go see the Chinese shop with all the fucking toys in it, guys. You might get some dildos there too while you're at it. Hey, why don't you go buy a fucking glass pipe while you're at it too? We know because we were there yesterday. All right. So guys, 25 years of Fallout. If you guys want to see me in the Wasteland, I will be streaming this week on Clean Sanchez Media in the Wasteland. In other news, also, I just want to say, Bethesda, I'm waiting. We also have the Amazon Fallout TV show that's coming out very soon. I couldn't be more excited for that to come out. So let's go. Next in news, oh man, I gotta wait for Squilini to come back for this one because
What you got? That thing of the thing.
Well, that's last. That's last.
Okay.
But guys, I do want to say though, Fallout, Jay, personally, I think there's a lot of stuff about the game to learn, but
Sure.
if you start,
Chris told me Chris has been up that game's ass as long as I've known him, and like,
yeah,
I've been heavily like. I got a friend back in Arizona, very dear brother of mine back in Arizona. He literally named his dog Dog Meat. Like,
yeah,
I know that's from fucking Fallout, right? Like that's
Yep.
so like I'm very well aware of the game. I play a little bit more casual than I probably am sometimes. I just have never done a dive into the game, I guess.
Yeah.
So
I would start off. Well, since you are proponent for older games, I would start off with Fallout 3. And to be honest with you, you could probably like Fallout, the first and second Fallout, they are so old, they're in megabytes. You could possibly even play it on your fucking laptop without having an issue.
that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
But,
I mean,
it might be worth a deep dive here, sometime soon in the near future.
Yeah.
It might be worth a deep dive. The cool part about being a casual gamer like I am is I get to fucking play games like over a decade after release and see them for the first fucking time.
And plus, it's made by the guys that made Skyrim. So, I mean, you like Skyrim. So, you're technically playing Skyrim in a post-apocalyptic environment with guns and stuff. And, you play, if you could learn how to play the single-player version, we just may even bring you into the online version and we could wreck shit up. Next, oh, man, and Jay, are you there?
He went to go grab a beer.
Oh, he went to go grab a beer too. Shit. Fantastic.
No.
What the hell is that?
Biscuits and gravy.
Oh man.
Got to eat it when it's hot or the gravy's not right.
Oh no, you're right. Listen, during my time as a 92 golf, we know, even though the biscuits were fucking dry as shit, but
Yeah, she made biscuits and gravy. Well, lunch at this point, but you know.
yeah. So guys, the next thing I have here. Okay, actually, I just want to say this too. Modern Warfare 2 did come out this week, the campaign. I'm very okay. This is what's gonna happen with Modern Warfare 2. I am not. I'm not going to get the game yet. My how do I say this? I'm going to, and I really want Jay to be here when I say this too. I have a video, a 4-hour gameplay video that I'm going to watch. And if anybody, for the 4 guys who are watching, if you guys are interested in doing a watch party and you guys got 4.5 hours to spare one day this week, I'm going to be watching in the Discord. If it, because it has the but then how would we record it?
So,
or instead of recording it, we'll just watch it and then review it as if we're watching a movie.
Yeah. Actually,
because Discord has that new YouTube feature.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. So I think I want to. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the new story that they have, and I think it would be pretty cool to kind of just watch it in a perspective, like watching it as a movie or something. Like, it's going to be a really long fucking movie, but we get a couple beers in us, and we start shooting the shit about it. I think 4 hours would slide by like nothing. What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, I coming from the guy that fucking literally just watched Lord of the Rings, within the last 2 weeks, and I'm actually watching it with my kids now because I realized when I watched it about a week and a half ago, my children have never seen it. So we actually just started. We actually just started watching it last night. We got about halfway through the director's cut, the extended version of the Fellowship of the Ring last night.
Yeah.
So we're about.
Say you making them watch the extended version this time?
Oh fuck yeah! Like,
you have to.
Well, and we've had this conversation before, and me and John have kind of bantered back and forth. One of the few books, and I mean, like, there's a very short list of books that ever like completely stymied me, was Lord of the Rings, then The Hobbit. For some reason, me and Tolkien's writing, it doesn't do my brain anything, but the fucking movies are fucking amazing, right? The TV show on fucking, was it Apple right now? Whatever the fuck, I don't know, whichever streaming service I'm pirating the fuck out of, right? Like
Amazon,
fucking amazing. So it's one of those things where I couldn't get into the book per se, but the movies helped me fucking see the actual vision, and obviously where the entire fantasy genre just got fucking like bukkakied on the world when Tolkien came out with this shit, right? So, Led Zeppelin was singing fucking some of their biggest hits about fucking Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
For the Rings.
I've got to find it, Jay. But when my dad passed away, one of the things I got out of all his stuff was the complete first edition set with The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, leather bound.
I hope you have that shit in a fucking fire safe somewhere, dude. Like the safest fucking place on earth, dude. Like that is some hot shit right there, dude. Yeah. Like that is some hot shit. Like,
so right before we get into the next news, the idea is
dude, that's fucking awesome.
Instead of playing the new Modern Warfare game that just came out the other day, we're going to watch the full 4.5 hour gameplay this week. We're gonna.
A question about that. I noticed last night it's not on Game Pass. When is it coming to Game Pass?
It's not coming to Game Pass. Something happened. There was a update on it, which I need to kind of deep dive on the do you know about what's going on with that?
Yes. So pretty much, obviously Microsoft bought Blizzard.
Here we go.
So technically Microsoft owns Call of Duty now. However, due to a legal battle that Sony has put Microsoft into, Microsoft is not allowed to put any of the Call of Duty games on Game Pass for free. Because if they do, the way the legal system will look at it is monopolizing on the video game industry.
Motherfuckers wonder why we drink, dude. Motherfuckers wonder why we drink.
So, unfortunately, we'll never get
God damn,
any
dude,
Call
it's
of Duty games on Game Pass. We would have to pay for them.
Hate the fucking gaming industry right now, dude. I fucking
so that's
hate it,
why
dude.
I'm not going to be buying the game. I'm going to watch it like a fucking movie, and I'm going to have a different perspective about it. I mean, is that a good idea?
I would happily do that, and I was looking forward to playing with you guys again, but I'm not.
I know.
Not fucking spending my money on it. Like that's what Game Pass is for.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
fuck that shit because they're just gonna come out with another pile of shit fucking next year.
Yeah.
What the
So that's.
fuck?
So I mean, we'll let you know if you can make it. We'll figure out a day that we can do that, but it's going to be about a 5-hour event that we're going to be together. Just so you know. So
Down with the homies, man. I'm always down to hang out with the homies.
but we will do that. We will do that on Discord.
God damn, dude. That fucking corporation.
We'll see, and that's exactly where I'm going to circle back to last weekend when you were asking if I was getting it and whatnot, and I told you I'm on a strict not purchasing an Activision Blizzard game thing. Like,
I won't either.
Because
you're not wrong. Like I won't either. I refuse.
There's several points there. Like even before Microsoft bought it, the last Call of Duty game I bought was Cold War, Black Ops Cold War. So that's what, 2 games ago now?
Yep.
And then, but the reason I won't purchase them anymore is it's no longer new. It's the same repeated bullshit over again. I mean, all Modern Warfare 2 is a remaster in a sense of the Modern Warfare 2 we had back in the Xbox 360 and PS3 days.
And I'm just here for the campaign. That's all I'm here for. You know.
And the sad part is you had a casual like me a few years ago. I got sucked back into Call of Duty because of the campaign in Modern Warfare 2019, right? And I'm like looking for a reason to fucking play this game again, right? And then they're gonna fuck like but I'm not gonna fucking spend my money on it because just like Joe just said, and we're kind of repeating here, retreading the same ground. It's the same reheated fucking mashed potato bullshit.
Yeah,
you know, it's fucking potato salad.
Yeah,
it's the same shit over and over again, right?
And that's fine. And we're not gonna play it, but
I would have played it on Game Pass.
Yeah, but I am going to watch it this week in the Discord. I will watch it in the Hangout area, in the Discord, in DD214 Gaming. I'll talk to Squilini later about setting up a day for do that. But this is going to be like a 5-hour thing. No rewinds, no pauses. And once we hit the 2-hour,
Bring your piss jugs.
We'll have a intermission at the 2nd hour mark, halfway through, and we'll figure it out. But now, next news. This is going to be this isn't major. But another game did come out this week, and it's called Gotham Knights. And here's an exclusive clip of Bruce Wayne stripping.
No way. Is he gonna do a dance?
Look, so this is right now. This is what everyone's talking about this game.
Oh yeah.
Look at him. He's humping the ice.
Get it, Brucey.
You see Penguin down there trying to get him to come down?
Oh yeah, just drunk as shit. Just making an ass of himself on the fucking ice sculpture. You know what I mean? How many of us have fucking been there before? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how you guys fucking party, but like that ain't my fucking first rodeo. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure if you've ever been to a military party, but
dude, all I do is like cheer that shit on. I just fucking stir that shit up. I'm like, oh yeah, fuck it. Give that dude another fucking drink. You know what I mean? Like this is fucking free entertainment for me. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
what the hell?
So yeah, I mean, I'm looking at getting Gotham Knights. I'm actually excited for it. And now the main event, what we've all been excited to talk about today. Army Reserve Major Mike Itkis shocks the world with most explicit congressional campaign video. Guys, we are not going to show the campaign video. That's not what this show is.
Oh, we are. What the fuck?
Maybe one of these days we will, just to fuck with everybody. Kind of like that when you
guys,
when you got me with the jerk bait
commercial. And guys, if you want to sign up for our Patreon.
Yeah, please sign up for the Patreon for exclusive content such as Bucket List Bonanza by Mike Itkis.
Can you imagine that DD214 reviews porn on our Patreon exclusive?
Did he seriously call it Bucket List Bonanza?
Yeah, he did.
So
Mhm.
what's on? So on his bucket list was like release a porno at the same time you run for Congress. Is that what like? It's like so he had like join the army on his bucket list, obviously. Okay, make it to at least middle rank, which he did. Okay, he was a former army major, and then somewhere on the
Still
list
is an army major. He hasn't been
He hasn't-
removed from
yep.
his.
He hasn't been discharged or released yet.
Not for fucking long, dude. I'm pretty sure there's something, the whole thing about being an army officer, like you're not supposed to have fucking porn on the internet. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's fucking in there somewhere, especially releasing it on your own. You know?
Yeah, so let's break this down a
Exactly.
little bit. So he's running for a political office, and I mean,
Oh,
okay,
man.
so he's running for a political office. He's an army major. He's also a Ukrainian born citizen.
That's pretty dope. I'll give him that part. No wonder he's got
You know-
some fucking brass balls, dude, to fucking put out a porno while he's fucking running for Congress.
So
No shit.
so his whole stance is about being sex positive, about opening the floodgates for allowing sex services to be legal work in the United States and things like that. Which
I concur wholeheartedly with that
John.
stance. There was another, famous politician, who was formerly in different vocations. Former Governor Jesse Ventura had a very similar stance, right? He didn't have to put out a fucking porno though, right? Like
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
That's a little.
What were you going to say, Squilidi?
I was going to say, I've got the political talking points that he put in the comment section on this video.
Oh, let's
If
hear
we
it.
want to go over those.
Yeah, please.
This fucking
So
guy.
the bucket list bonanza political talking points. I only pulled this video up for research purposes when John mentioned this, by the way. I did not watch
Research purposes. Whatever you say, Joe. Whatever you say, dude.
No, me and John were literally talking with Death Royale with Jason Gasses about it.
As
So
the
I
news
pulled
broke
it up.
through.
I pulled it up only to see what the comment section looked like on this video. So the political talking points. Point 1. Sex between two people who aren't married or involved in a long-term relationship is still very valuable to individuals involved. Restrictions on sexual behavior based on marital status are outdated and harmful. People who aren't married are harmed when the government discriminates against them by providing benefits to married people or decides that it's unethical for unmarried people to have sex with coworkers while it's ethical for a married couple to work together. Married people are harmed when their consensual sexual behavior with someone other than their spouse is criminalized. So
Okay. I agree with all of that. Again, I don't necessarily think you need to release a fucking porn to do that.
Yeah.
Or to make that
exactly.
your stand. You know,
But see, so from point 1, he's going against, adultery laws within the military.
he's putting his
Yeah.
money where his mouth is, and
Exactly.
I get, especially all of us were in the army, and especially other branches of service. We get the whole putting your money where your mouth is.
So
I think the line we have to draw here, though, is you're running for public office, dude. You know what I mean? Like, and you're still in some manner or form, you are still an army major. So
Yep.
there's certain levels of conduct
Yeah.
there's a standard of conduct that is to be respected here, and that's the part where our friend here is diving off the fucking deep end. You know
And
what I mean?
actually-
Like,
and
by the way,
every
if I ever look up
single-
fucking Bucket List Bonanza, I will fucking watch it. Okay, like I'll give you guys how about this? Next week I'll give you a fucking review on Bucket List Bonanza. Okay, I'll give you guys a fucking.
oh
movie
dear
review on that
God.
shit. I don't give a fuck. Like I got no fucking shame, dude. Like
if you don't do it,
I
you're
told you that was
fired.
going to happen, John. I told you it was going to happen.
If
We
you
were
don't
gonna
watch it, you're fired.
this.
it ain't gonna
So
I watch porn. Like
Yeah.
welcome to 20 fucking 2, right? Like Jesus
So-
Christ, guys, come on. Might as well do
So
a movie
the-
review while I'm at it.
the two big talking points for this video that really catch me are the 5th and 6th. So there's 6 points. I'll skip 2, 3, and 4 because they pretty much are almost the
Exactly.
exact same as point 1. So point 5. The performers in Bucket List Bonanza chose not to use condoms during sex. They minimized the risk of exposure to sexually transmitted infections by looking up each other's status on a secure website and used government-issued IDs to verify the result. The systems in place to help the sex industry reduce the risk of STIs can be used to guide public health policy. Currently, the medical community does not generally advise the activities does not generally advise the public about the availability of such testing. Instead, patients are advised to lower the risk of infection through abstinence, monogamy, or condom use. This advice completely ignores the benefits of more satisfying sexual activities that can take place if testing protocols become more widely available. Point 6. The possibility of a pregnancy was also the result of performers not using condoms. Access to safe and legal abortions is therefore a requirement in order for people who choose not to become parents to continue to enjoy the benefits of a healthy sex life. We must also recognize that the government cannot mandate all citizens to consider all reproductive consequences of sex prior to sexual activity. Consequently, if a woman should have a choice regarding whether or not she becomes a parent as a result of unplanned sexual activity, men should also have the same choice. Great points. Lovely points. However, again, we're going to repeat everything that's been said. You're a major in the fucking army running for Congress. What the fuck?
Yeah, and I mean, even NBC News says, Mike Itkis, show us your policies on sex works, not your porno. So I mean, it's when you look at the big news stations, they're saying it themselves. You know, they're out there saying like, we don't want to see this. We just, like,
we
okay,
want to see your policy.
Yeah, we know that actions speak louder than words, but this isn't the type of action we want to see, especially out of a politician, especially out of an army major, a leader. I would not want to be under that guy.
Not at all.
I would not want to be under that guy because you're the first thing, okay, like we said before, he's promoting adultery, which is like the biggest no-no in the military. I mean, for those who don't know, guys, you literally get kicked out of the military for adultery, so dude, I haven't seen anything that he's married. I haven't seen anything like that at all. So it's kind of ridiculous, but like I was saying, Jay, I wouldn't want to be under this guy in the unit. I wouldn't.
As Jay's over there smiling, like I'd love to be under this motherfucker.
This is one of those like this is so far out of left field for
you could take the kid out of Ukraine, but you can't take the Ukraine out of the kid.
I'm telling you, man. Fucking Ronnie J. What's going on,
Ronnie J?
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, bro. That's what I'm talking about. It's the original fucking stacker right there, dude. He fucking wrecked shop too. Fucking
he's the Undertaker. It's like you two are like Kane and Undertaker. You guys just switch roles.
Dude, you don't even want to know, dude. You don't even want to fucking know, dude. Just it's like,
yeah.
Do you ever walk into a bar and you see a couple of dudes that are already there and you're just kind of like, I'm just gonna fucking stay away from those guys.
Yep.
That's me and fucking Ronnie. That's me and fucking Ronnie. Just fucking stay the fuck away, dude.
you guys,
see me and him together, just stay the fuck away.
You guys should like walk around with each other like he's Ronnie J and you're Jay Ronnie.
Yeah, right. So God damn it. Reverting back to this major. I'm gonna have to fucking defer this week, dude. Like, I have no problem like reviewing his release, his movie release, but some of the stuff that was brought up, I think it's great. We're having a conversation about being sex positive and the limits, the upper echelons and upper limits of how much say the government can have in your private bedroom life, behind closed doors. The problem is when I start talking about stuff like personal freedom and things of that nature, a lot of people just aren't ready to fucking hear that shit. And as much as glad as I am that we're having these conversations, especially that we're kind of like evolving, and having these conversations in as part of public discourse nowadays, as we've gotten a little bit older, people forget how shy everybody was in the 1990s, right? Like when we were like teenagers, right? Here's the thing: they were doing all the same.
I think you were the only teenager in the group, though.
Well, I'll tell you what: people were pretty fucking shy, and they were shy. They were more shy about it in the fucking 80s. Okay. Here's the thing: everybody was still doing the same shit. Okay. If you want a history lesson on fucking like sex positivity, look up fucking stag parties in the 1950s. Okay?
Oh yeah.
Like swinging and the swinger lifestyle is not a new fucking thing in any fucking part of America right now. It's been going on for a long fucking time. It just wasn't openly discussed. Okay, this guy is kind of making some really, really good points. Again, as somebody who's seeking public office, again, as an officer in the United States fucking Army, he's going about it way the fucking wrong way. And so like I commend him absolutely for getting the discussion started, but the dude's gonna lose his commission because he put out a fucking porno. Okay, like that's conduct unbecoming. And I'm not even a fucking military lawyer, and I don't need to fucking be one to fucking know that shit. That's conduct unbecoming, and it's on and the proof is fucking on Pornhub right now. So like, what was it called again? Bucket List Bonanza. So I can look this shit up later.
Bucket List Bonanza.
I don't like what timeline are we fucking living in where a fucking army major is like putting porn on the fucking internet while he runs for Congress. Okay. So, what fucking timeline? Like Harambe fucking getting killed, like really fucked this shit up, dude. Like bad. Like we are in the lamest possible fucking timeline right now, dude. Like what?
It's literally like quantum leap for us right now. It's like
fucking stupid, dude. I'm getting really sick of this shit. Like it's getting really fucking boring.
How come that super collider turned on the wrong timeline? Seriously,
I'm telling you,
where are all the aliens at? Where are all the aliens at?
Call of Duty was supposed to be on fucking Game Pass. Now it's not because of a corporate fucking dispute. Because like our corporate overlords don't want us to have too much fucking fun. Like fuck all this shit, dude. Boring.
Yeah.
Boring. Boo. Disqualified. Yep. Disqualified. Fucking fuck that shit.
Well, I was gonna say. I mean, he's got some good points, especially.
Put Ronnie J's quote up. Put Ronnie J's quote up. God damn it. Almost made me spit my fucking beer out, dude.
But I mean, Itkis does have some good talking points with his backing, like what he's looking at, especially now that Roe v. Wade was overturned this year.
Conversations need to happen, but you need to have that discourse in public. During a fucking debate, not with your cock on fucking Pornhub.
Yeah, not on Pornhub.
Not on fucking Pornhub, dude. Like that is not where you want your public discourse to be, okay?
Listen, I know some people are on Parler, but I don't think people are on Pornhub, so.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like.
Yeah, but yeah, guys, it's been another 168, as always. It was a wild one today. We went over our time.
I think it's going to be a wild one freaking every week for a lot of weeks to come, so.
Yeah, look, guys. I actually have something that I actually thought of. I'll say it off air so we don't give anyone new announcements yet. But yeah, guys, we have. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have guests the next 2 weeks.
Fuck yeah.
But also next week is our Halloween episode.
Oh shit.
Is it
fucking Halloween. Oh my god. What's today's date?
It's the 23rd today. So next Sunday is the 30th.
Oh my fucking
god. And Squillini, this just so you know, it is a DD214 gaming podcast requirement for our Halloween episodes. You come in as something.
I gotta fucking figure out what the fuck I'm gonna fucking dress up as now.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna show up as a drunken veteran. That's what I'm going to show up as. Oh, wait, I show up as that every fucking week.
Ooh, disqualified.
I'll figure something fucking out. I know
tell me what you got.
The missus wants to do costumes this year, so I'll figure something out.
Yeah, so in saying that, next week is our Halloween episode, and
I'll just get a giant dildo and attach it to my head and be a fucking penis unicorn.
And I just realized too that I may have possibly made a mistake and told Jason Gassis to tell him the 30th when our Halloween episode's the 30th. Well, fuck it. If we have a guest on our Halloween episode, he better come show up or
hey, Ronnie J is asking when he can get on the calendar for a follow-up freaking episode. I say freaking Ronnie as soon as we can fucking pencil you in, dude. Like freaking.
I'll tell you right now. So next week, it looks like next week we're going to have a guest. I will not reveal that one.
We will announce that later this week.
Yeah, we also have a major guest that we're working on. We're going to announce that too. So Ronnie J, how about November 13th?
Ooh, I like that number.
Lock you in right now. We'll send you the guest form in a couple minutes.
And fuck it, them privates always fucking chill out on Sundays anyway, so I can. Old drill starting to freaking have time on a Sunday. I know he will. So here we go.
Yeah, I cannot confirm. I cannot confirm or deny anything because we have not received our forms yet. But All right, November 13th, confirmed. Ronnie J will be on the show.
I love it. I fucking love it, dude.
Yep.
I want to hear
We're
some.
gonna-
What we didn't do last time is, and now that it's been a while since we've had him on, I want to hear some fucking stories from the trail. That's what I want to hear.
Oh yeah, so actually,
hear
that
stories
is
from
that.
the
Well,
trail.
the last time he was on, that was the episode we were gonna do. So we're gonna have stories with Ronnie J, November
Fucking A.
13th.
Fucking
All right,
A.
so in saying that, guys, we're gonna have some guests. We're kicking up the gears again. I'm kind of streaming again sometimes. Just check me out on Clean Sanchez Media on Twitch. You're gonna see some streams on our DD214 gaming page. Just it's somebody. Just don't be surprised. You know, it's gonna be somebody doing it. Check out Down and Dirty RP. Check out 80s Babies Gaming. Check out Tech Guy Gaming. Check out the Norse Wrecker. Check out Jay while he checks out the Bucket List Bonanza. Also, if you guys need a code on leggings, on man leggings, our boy Jason Gassis, he's got what's he got here?
What does he got?
Matador Meggings.
Yes, man leggings apparently are a fucking thing. And according to Jason Gasses, they're extremely comfortable. So check out Matador leggings. We will actually attach the discount code
Jason 10.
Jason 10. I will actually drop that in our chat right now for everybody. Jason 10.
Oh yeah, look, he said that's around his 1 year mark as a drill, so that's going to be perfect.
Fuck yeah, I'm looking forward to this shit, dude. Like
This is the episode, Squillini, where we sit back and enjoy the show.
yeah,
That's-
let me and Ronnie jaw for a while, dude. Like
Yeah.
So
also-
what I'm getting is just have the soundboard ready to just drop random ass shit in the middle of the conversation.
yeah, pretty much.
Also,
Pretty much.
check out drinkkraken.com. Use code NorseWrecker for 10% off as well. These things are happening. These things are happening. Things are moving. Things are happening. It's exciting. What else? Yumi and Lore. Yumi and Lore is coming out with their new season, I think today.
No shit.
Keep an eye on that. I'm still waiting for my phone call, Brandon, to do that Fallout shit. You guys got anything else before we hit the final thought real quick?
Also, one thing for all the vets out there, especially if you have hearing issues, tinnitus, and whatnot, didn't get to touch on it this week, but Aftershocks bone conduction headphones. These things are a fucking lifesaver.
Can you hold that a little closer to your camera, brother, so that they can get a good John? Can you guys make his video the full screen so they can?
Got you.
so they
Too
can see
easy.
that. There you go. There you go.
So these are bone conduction headphones. So if you've got hearing issues or wearing regular earphones bothers your tinnitus, causes flare-ups. Great sound quality, great microphone on these things. They're Bluetooth. They last 10 to 12 hours on a single charge. I got them for work because wearing a headphone for 16 hours a day was killing the hell out of my damn tinnitus. Check them out. They can be found at Best Buy or Amazon, and we'll actually get a link thrown up somewhere for everybody in case you want to give them a try.
Absolutely. And guys, as always, the final thought. We go every week. We talk about loss, and we're coming into the holidays, and a lot of loss. Statistically, there's a lot of loss that happens on the holiday, and let's not have another one this year, guys. We're coming out of the COVID times. To me, it looks like people are out there alive. I couldn't have felt more alive than yesterday when I saw all those people out in the open in New York City. So to me, the world is back. But at that same time, you may be around 1 million people, but you still may feel alone. And if you're feeling alone, guys, make sure you call the National Suicide Hotline at 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255, or you could dial *988. You could also go on Google, you could text, you could call. There's someone always willing to sit there all day long to listen to your story. Jay just said just last week that he's called that number before. And,
I have.
And
that's what they're there for. They're literally there to let you word vomit and whatever you need to do to get that shit out. Like that's exactly what the fuck they're there for.
You just got to talk. You just got to talk. The holidays are coming. I know the holidays, especially Thanksgiving and Christmas. They're two of my favorite holidays. Always talk about family cohesion, and you know we need to embrace that. I'm a sucker for like the old 1940s, 1950s family complex where during Thanksgiving, you're sitting around the table and everyone's just having a good time. And a lot of that, you don't see that a lot of these days. So I'm hoping that this year we bring back that tradition.
I'll tell you
So
what,
guys,
I'll tell you what, if the last couple months of my life have been any indication, especially as a fucking, a child of the 80s and a fucking teenager in the 90s, if there's one fucking thing ICP got fucking right, dude, it was the concept of fucking like a tribal family. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be fucking blood related. It can be the homies. It can be like whoever you're surrounded with at the time. Like Joe was talking about earlier, like having like 4 or 5 different places to go on Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Like, do what you got to do and surround yourself with positivity. Surround yourself with good people, and good people will surround themselves with you. Okay, that's a very easy decision to make. Sometimes hard to put into practice. We're not saying that. It is hard to put that into practice sometimes. Sometimes you got to fucking fight and get your ass out of bed. And it's a struggle to fucking walk out the door some days. I got that shit. We all got it. Trust me. The idea is that we don't quit. We keep making the effort. Keep making the effort, especially if you're feeling on a certain day like, I can't make it to the gym right now. I can't make it to work. That's the day you have to make it. Force yourself on that day to fucking do what you're supposed to do. Okay. And then worry about fucking maybe not making it on a fucking different day. Okay. I never had the privilege of attending the school of all schools, Ranger School in the Army, but I've read up enough on it, and I've known enough tab wearers that they have a saying in there like, I'll quit tomorrow. And the idea being like, today is right now. I'll just quit tomorrow. We'll worry about quitting tomorrow. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then just fucking stacking days on top of days. And that eventually leads into success, okay, and good fortune, and wearing a fucking tab, or getting through that fucking bad season in your life, or watching your kids fucking like kick fucking ass at the dance recital, or the fucking soccer game, or the fucking ball game. Yeah. So
exactly.
Yep. And guys, that was great. I mean, we almost hit 2 hours. That was fun. But guys, thank you so much for coming by. Another 168 hours. We'll
Ronnie,
see you in another.
I'll see you, homie. I love you, bro. I miss the fuck out of you, homie, dude. Like,
and we'll see you November 13th. Make sure you bring all the.
I'm running out of excuses to fucking not travel my ass down to fucking Fort Sill and say hi. So
I get to ask him now if he has any new juice flavors he likes.
God damn it, dude. Here we fucking go. Here we go.
This is gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a doozy.
Yep. Well, guys, thank you so much. We love you. See you later. Don't do drugs. Only do the good ones. And see you later.
Chiefs. Go Chiefs.
Oh yeah, and fuck you, Yankees. I'm fucking mad.
Fuck the Yankees. Fuck the fucking Yankees.
You can cue it.